Hi folks, it's Evo here from Thunderous Lure Company, and welcome to today's episode of Thunderous Fishing Tips. We got the boatless angler with us today, and today folks, we're going to do some trolling for walleye. You know how much I love to jig for walleye, but we're going to cover some ground today, and we're going to do some trolling. And we're going to troll with the Viper spoon. I'm going to open up with different colors and different models. This is the beaded model, SP2 size. That's what I call the green mackerel. And it's on a bottom bounce rig, a T-turn you see there. Going to keep me tangle free, which is great, right? Boom. And this is rig number 20R. And I just snap on a sinker. I've got my Viper spoon, and in it goes. And this is a typical bottom bounce rig. And we're going to run 2 bottom bounce rigs. You got one as well?
Yep.
And I'm running the green mackerel, which is silver green. What do you got on that one?
Straight silver.
Straight silver. Okay, and I also brought the gold and the bleeding pearl chartreuse that we're going to run as well. And I'm running the size SP2. You got the size SP1?
SP1.
A little smaller. Okay, so that's on the bottom. Pick up our speed here a bit. I want to go about 1.6, 1.7 mile an hour. 1.8. So these ones we're gonna put in. They're gonna be suspended. So do you want the 30 foot or 40 foot?
Take whatever this is.
That's 30 foot.
Okay.
And let me see there. You got a bleeding pearl chartreuse on this one, and that's also a size SP2, but that's a bucktail model, as you can see there. And that's a gold back. So you're gonna put a night crawler on that. And mine's going to dive 40 feet. So yours is going to dive 30, a little less than mine. It'll be interesting to see what the difference is between the two. Okay, got to keep an eye on those lines that we got in there because you never know, they could go off right away. Okay, so I'm going to run the straight gold on this one. So we're actually running all the 4 colors: gold, silver, bleeding pearl chartreuse, and green mackerel. And this is also a bucktail model, size SP2. All right, so that's basically how they're rigged. And we're going to let out a bunch of line. So I'm not worried about these getting tangled because, get that clicker off, because the bottom bounce is going to be right on the bottom, and these ones are going to be suspended above them. So I can do my normal trolling, zigzag a bit without being worried about getting snagged up. So these 2 are going to take care of any suspended fish, and the bottom bounce. You're on already?
Oh, I think I lost them. I lost them.
Oh,
It's letting out line on the other rod.
really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, okay, that's a good start. I can't believe you missed them.
Well,
That was on the bottom bounce.
it's on the bottom bounce. I was letting line on this rod.
Okay.
Lost them.
Well, that's the thing. We're covering, so we have a variety of depths covered, right? We're on the bottom, and then we're 40 feet down and 30 feet down. So we're going to look for suspended fish and bottom fish and see which ones are more active. And by the looks of it, the bottom fish are active for sure. Okay, I'm going to let out a lot of line, and then we're just going to put it in the rod holder. Normally I like to hold the fishing rods and feel the bite, but with 4 rods like this, I think we'll just use the rod holders and then keep an eye on our rod tips for when we get a bite. You might want to check your, you might have lost your worm, right? Let out a lot of line. A lot of line. Don't be shy. So on that rod, there's braided line and a fluorocarbon leader. So with the rod Antonio's running, the suspended one, it'll be a direct hook set. So not a lot of effort in the hook set required. But on mine, I'm going to have a lot of line out, and I'm running straight fluoro. There'll be a bit of a stretch, so I'm going to have to set the hook pretty good to make sure it gets in there. Okay, so that's the technique, folks. That's what we're going to do. On the bottom and suspended. Antonio's going to check his bait and see what you got here.
I guess there's a whole lot of knuckle.
They take your bait?
Yep. Get the bottom half of it.
Maybe you should have gave him you should have let him bite one more time.
Well, like I said, I saw the corner of my eye,
So you set the hook.
yeah.
Okay, well, that's a good start. We brought lots of worms, so we're good to go that way. No worries there. All right, and I think I've got about enough line out here We're going pretty slow. I'm going to go a little quicker. It's only 1.2 mile an hour, so I'm going to troll with the electric motor. And I think they're calling for the winds to pick up later, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, so this guy's going to dive 40 feet. Antonio's is diving 30. He's getting reset up on his bottom bounce. We're going to cover some grounds. We're going 1.5 mile an hour right now. I might pick it up just a tad and see if we can get into some fish. So stay tuned, folks. We got a beautiful day out here on Lake Erie. Okay, Antonio missed one on the bottom bounce, and I decided to pick one up on the bottom bounce, folks. And speaking of bottom bounce, I should have mentioned the sinker we're running today. I'm using what's called the cattail sinker, and it's basically designed to walk over top of rocks and structure and keep you snag free. So a little bit of a different design on a sinker, and it really works. Keeps me out of snags. I like it. And I brought some different sizes with me. There's some real small ones too for skinny water, let's say. You can go right down to 1 ounce cattail. But I'm running heavier ones today. I brought 6 and 9 ounces for whatever's needed down here to keep me close to the bottom, because we're fishing deeper water as well. So you just adjust the size of the weight to the speed you're traveling and the depth you're fishing. So he's not fighting like a sheephead, Antonio. He's fighting more like a walleye. Although, I don't know, maybe those head shakes. We shall see. And for those of you who have tuned in before, you know this is one of my favorite rods, given to me by a good friend of mine, Dougie, who passed away a number of years ago. But his memory lives on. My favorite fishing rod right here. Okay, and here we are. Oh, it's a nice walleye. He's in the bag.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
good eater.
That's a great eater. Hang on a sec. Get him out of the net. Okay. Hey, that's a good start right there. Isn't that a nice start? You want to put the plug in the live well, Antonio? I didn't even put any water in or anything. We haven't really been set up yet, but that's a good start right there. Put some water in the live well. Get him in. So I'm going to need to rig up with another night crawler, but I want to show you this sinker. If I can get my lure out. So the green machine is struck first, Antonio. But yeah, that's the cattail sinker. As you can see, it's just designed. It just walks over top of rocks and structure. Keeps me out of tangles.
Fish on.
You're on. Double header. Where there's one, there's more, folks. Where there's one, there's more. So that means I need to get my line back down there again. The worms are... Where are the worms?
In the cooler.
In the cooler.
Oh, it came off. I think it was a perch, to be honest. Oh, no, it's still on.
Still there?
It feels different. It feels small.
Feels small? Could be a perch.
Just perch-ish.
We've caught many a perch on these Viper spoons while trolling for walleye. Okay. No, I don't think that's a perch.
No?
Probably a small walleye, that's my guess. He came on the bottom or on the suspended?
The bottom bound.
Bottom bounce. Bottom bounce, folks. Cheap way to get your line down to the bottom. No downrigger required. Very simple setup. And very, very, very effective. As we've already hooked 2 fish. Did you get a look at them? I know the boat's turning. I'm not paying attention here.
I'm trying to do both.
Yeah, I know. I'm back on the helm again. I'll straighten this up.
I mean, if it was a perch, I'd have it in by now.
Yeah, it's not a perch.
It feels small, to be honest.
You got a little walleye. Nice little eater, I think.
All right, you want to net him? He's right here.
I do want to net him. Maybe I want to net him. Nice walleye. He's not that small.
Oh,
That's
okay.
a nice sized walleye.
All right.
A little bigger than a perch. I'll keep the worms right here. Keep the worms out for you.
Thank you.
We're going to go through some worms today by the looks of it, because we haven't been out here 10 minutes.
Good eater.
There. Yeah, let me see.
Bigger than I thought.
Yeah, that's a nice little walleye. Perfect eater size.
Eater. Yep.
Okay. Well, like I say, where there's one, there's more. So I picked up that one on the bottom bounce, and then what? A couple minutes later, Antonio picked up that one on the bottom bounce. So, and we're doing 1.7 mile an hour. So I'm going to keep it at that speed if that's the speed they want today. So I do like to try different speeds though. Usually closer to 2 mile an hour, but we'll see how we do right here. That's a great start.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah,
two in the boat already. We're barely getting started here. Yes, the suspended was what, 2 minutes later?
Yep.
So that's the 30-foot. That's the 30-foot diver, right? So now the one you landed was on the silver. The one I landed was on silver green. What do you got on there?
To be honest, I don't know.
Gold or bleeding pearl? One or the other.
I want to say bleeding pearl because you said you had green on the other line, right?
That's right. So you got the bleeding pearl chartreuse on that one. Okay. Okay. So it looks like all the colors are working today.
This guy's at the top already.
Is he? Well, it's because of that diver, right?
Oh, right.
So
Yeah, this one's 30 feet, you said?
that one's 30 and this one's 40. So the difference is if there's a fish at 30, he'll come up to the 40. But if there's a fish at if there's a fish at 30, he won't come down to the 40. If there's a fish at 40, he'll come up to the 30. That's what I meant to say.
Well, there's a fish on my line.
All right.
It worked.
And it worked. Amazing that.
Ready for the net? I think
Yeah.
I'm going to put it right in between here.
That's a good idea.
Whoa.
Ooh, you got a bigger fish?
I know.
Actually, what I find are the bigger ones seem to be suspended more. But he doesn't look,
That big?
no.
It is a walleye though, right?
It is a walleye, and a nice one. And we're gonna lose him. Almost lost him, he got tangled in the net there. He's about the same size as the other one. Wow, what a start. You gotta love this Lake Erie fishing, it's unbelievable. It really, really is. Hey, that's another nice fish.
Nice fish.
We'll have to get a photo, you and I, after with a couple of walleyes.
Okay.
Okay. There we go. In the box he goes. Keep an eye on these rods now. That's nice. So I slowed down a little bit so that you could reel that fish in. Now I'll put the speed back up again. But what we're doing is we're just covering a lot of ground right now by trolling. And what I like to do, if we do come across, let's say, a pod of fish, that's when I like to actually stop, anchor, and jig a bit. Which is, not that trolling isn't fun, but jigging is a way more fun, let's put it that way. Okay, so that was our first suspended fish, eh?
Yeah.
2 in the bottom, 1 suspended. All right, let's see where the next fish bite. Oh, is that one on the...
You bite?
I might have had a bump on the suspended. Maybe not. Could have been just me getting overly excited here. Okay, not even to plan it this way. 1 on the bottom bounce, 1 on the bottom bounce, 1 on the 30-foot, and now 1 on the 40-foot. Unbelievable. We've got them at all depths and on all colors. And I'm trolling in amongst, there's other boats here, so you can't necessarily troll where you want to troll. You have to troll where you can troll. This one feels like a decent fish too. Now again, I got a lot of line out there. Isn't that something, eh, folks? 1 on the bottom, another 1 on the bottom, 1 at 30, 1 at 40. So it pays to have the extra lines out there, eh?
Well, why not, right?
Yeah, no,
you can
exactly.
do it.
Exactly. And again, the way we're fishing, ones are on the bottom and these ones are up above, so there's no risk for tangle. It's kind of a great way to fighting. It's on top of the water now. It's a great way to cover water and to fish without having to, worry about getting tangled up. Okay, Antonio. How are we going to do this now? I'm not at the back of the boat, I'm at the side of the boat.
Problem.
Okay. And there he is. Another nice size walleye. They're all clones, eh? That one came on the straight gold. Gotta love that. Yeah, I really like the SP2 size because of the 3 hook factor. The SP1 I like if the fish are a little more finicky, or if you have smaller night crawlers, because it's only got 2 hooks. And I'm just watching that boat there. Can you keep us while I get this fish off the hook? Nice walleye. Yes. Lake Erie is just thriving with walleyes, just thriving. And I might need the needle nose, Antonio. He wanted it badly. Uh-huh. Easy, bud. Okay. And it goes. Another little chunk. Nice little chunk. Well,
It's pretty good.
I'd say the live well's looking pretty good.
I'd say.
We haven't been out here that long. It's been what, 15 minutes?
If that, yeah.
Right? 15 minutes. And what a fantastic start we're off to right here, folks. But you know what? Trolling for walleye, you can cover a lot of ground. Like I say, I love to jig for them. But right now we're going to keep trolling because it's working. Got a couple boats around us here. And we're just getting started. So we are in for a fantastic day. And I hope if you get a chance to get out on the water, that you have some fun too. Just enjoy the day, enjoy the weather, enjoy your company, and enjoy the fishing. Thanks for tuning in. And as always, folks, until next time, good luck and good fishing. I need another worm. That's unbelievable. Seriously. Both different divers and 2 on the bottom.
Everyone gets a turn.
What are the chances of that happening?